I recently had a lady who was in a very bad car accident when she was in her early 20s, and she was about, I would say she was about 38 years old, and she had a lot of trauma, physical and other trauma associated with that. And so working with her with the bowls, she found that the pain that she had, the chronic pain that she had in her shoulder, in her right shoulder, had dissipated as I was working with her. And then she also had a level of PTSD where she felt very anxious often, and she left my sessions without the pain and feeling less anxious. And so that was a great testimony.
The bowls are so profound. It's not uncommon. I do have clients that have oftentimes a deep release through the bowls. So when I play them in yoga class, when we get to the Shavasana portion, I have students fairly regularly moved to tears from the bowls or just deep relaxation. I had a personal experience just the other day. My anxiety was coming up, and I did a little bit of chanting, and I played my bowls, and the whole process took 10 or 15 minutes, and I was a whole nother person for the rest of the day.
I was facilitating at a retreat in Ibiza, and there was one man who came, and he didn't tell me at first, but a few days into the retreat, when we were driving to the beach, he shared with me that when he first saw the bowls and the sound healing, he thought, oh, what is this juju, I don't believe in that. And then when he experienced the sound healing, his neck started moving, which hasn't moved for a couple of years. He wasn't able to turn his neck. And he actually had an operation scheduled after that retreat, and miraculously it started moving again, and that was quite impressive. And for me it was amazing to hear that, how the bowls work their magic.
So I have experienced in sharing in sound ceremonies people having emotional breakthroughs, just huge emotional release and coming to tears and crying. And that's something that is so powerful with what I like to reference as the medicine of sound that just can wash over us and move through our bodies and unblock things that have been stuck for a long time.
I healed my thyroid from singing with my bowl. And I teach that in all the classes, exactly what I did. They talked about wanting to have surgery, put me on medications, and like I said, I'm an ER trauma nurse, and I immediately inside, I was like, absolutely not. And I just followed my intuition with my bowl. I'm certainly not a vocalist by any means, but just the fact that the bowl really drew it out of me and I could feel it. I definitely didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't do it with the intention of wanting to heal my thyroid. It just felt right. And about a year later, I went back for a checkup, and she had noticed that my thyroid had gotten a lot smaller. They did an ultrasound and the nodules were gone. My labs were all normal. So I am a miracle.